Hi, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Here's a video where I show you a speed version of doing space buns. So I put one of my sides of my hair into a scrunchie, into a low pony, and then I start braiding. As you can see, I'm going to braid my hair. And yes, this is a speed version of doing it. Some people braid their hair really fast, but honestly, I always like to try and make sure that all the tangles are out of my hair because I do have wavy hair. And with wavy hair, some of your hairs like to curl up into each other. And I don't like that. I know some people say, oh, if you have curly hair, it braids so much easier, which it totally does. But you don't want the hairs to get caught into the parts of the braid. I just like everything to be really smooth. So I'll definitely take my time. And if need be, I'll go back and I'll smooth things down with my fingers and some water, because I just really, when I braid, I want it as smooth as possible, because that is going to hold the integrity of the braid for much, much longer than if you just quickly braid it. And I know some people love to do the more voluminous braids where they kind of pull it apart to make it look bigger, but I sort of abstain from doing that because, messy hairdos and updos, they're going to get messier throughout the day. So I feel like the longer you take to try and make the braid look smooth, it's going to last longer. And a messy hairdo might not last you 12 hours. And this hairstyle needs to last 12 hours. And some people are like, oh, they're surprised I get headaches wearing updos. Well, get this. I have a lot of hair. It's pretty thick. And yeah, I'm a little tender-handed. I like to be honest about that. I'm honest about everything. And also, too, I wear these hairstyles for 12 hours at a time, doing a lot of movement. A lot of movement. It is easier, I will say, even though I do like to wear my hair down in a braid, my hair is getting so long at this point that it is just so much easier sometimes to wear it up. And I know a lot of guys think hair loose is the way that women wear their hair. It is not. And I'll tell you, I wore my hair down in 2 braids this past Saturday. Just to see, will that work okay? And it was really hard to move around. So if your hair is loose, it's going everywhere. So when a lot of people say that their long hair is going everywhere and it gets caught in car doors and things like that, or seatbelt straps, it's because you need to contain your hair. I would say, even if your hair is just growing out from shoulder length, that's when I realized the braids are they're your friend. You're gonna save your hair, and you don't want your hair being loose all the time. You're going to have to detangle it more and more how often your hair is loose. And I learned this over time through trial and error. So now I'm braiding the other side. And, taking my time as I do. I don't want to rush. I just want to get the braid as neat as possible. And the neater you get the braid, the longer it will last. And you just kind of, you resist the urge to make it look more voluminous. I know people like that pulled apart braid, but it's not going to last as long. And by the way, the really cool thing about this braided hairdo is this is day 3. I still have it in. And I made a video actually of my braids yesterday for my other channel, Making Coffee, and it still looked pretty darn good. It lasts a really long time when you just braid your hair slowly. You're conscious about it. You're not speeding through it. Oh my gosh, the braids last so much longer. And that's the whole point of for me doing a hairdo. I want it to last as long as possible. If I'm working or going out, then yeah, I'm gonna have to re-braid my hair every day. That's just a given. But if I'm at home, the wonderful thing about having braided your hair and taking the time to do it carefully, and then as an updo, you can take down the updo when you get home at night. But the wonderful thing about it is, once you get home, you can take it down, and it's gonna last a couple days if you're off, and you don't have to be brushing your hair all the time. And I find too, that's another really good thing about keeping your hair tangle free to prevent mechanical damage. You don't want to be constantly having to comb out and brush your hair. And who wants to do that? And that's when long hair starts to take less time. Here's the space buns. I used the Sydney band U-pins to put it up. And I just think it turned out really, really cute. And yeah. So I definitely recommend space buns if you ever just want to have a cute hairdo that lasts all day long. This is the way to go. I totally recommend it. Thanks for watching.